morning I saw this little clip. TD Jakes was talking about when you love somebody, you know, how you stick it through. Like you be fighting, you know, you wanna get within what you think and what you feel, because you fighting for that love and that relationship when you love someone. When you don't, and you don't love nobody, it's like you don't care to give them your energy, you know. Most people don't even speak to each other these days. I was just at the gas station, and this woman, she was in her truck, and I could tell, like, people be, you know, you look. Whenever I see somebody looking at me, I always do this, because it used to piss me off. When I was younger, it used to piss me off, and I would get ignorant. Somebody staring, I would get ignorant, you know. But then I was just like, okay, well, we have eyes to see, you know. I really want to start going on this highway, and they keep on. Let me just slow down, calm down, because it seemed like they come on, let's get a steady pace, man. What's up with all that stop and go, zoom and slow? Stop and go, zoom and slow. No, I want to just flow. Anywho, so yeah, I know my face dry. I kind of feel dry, not dry, but yeah, I do feel dry. Probably just need to put some lotion on it or something. The whole day looked dry though, you know. And I was a little grateful though, because I was just like, I could just put on a hat, because it's rainy and ugly. Let me put on a hat, because my hair is starting to curl all up and do some crazy things. Crazy things are happening. Crazy things are happening. That's why I got on. Yeah, because this is a crazy season. It's a shift or something that's happening in the atmosphere. It's something that's happening, man, and we have to pay attention so that we can elevate. Because when y'all was in church and y'all heard the story, well, I'm not gonna say y'all, me. When I was in the church when I was young, and they talk about, you know, Jesus is coming and he's our savior, and we have to be, you know, they're gonna do the trumpet and then call the people, but it's gonna be people that's not even gonna know. You know, the people gonna come up, the rapture gonna happen, and then God gonna come get his people, and then the other people gonna be stuck down here and all that, whatever that story is. Y'all know what I'm talking about. But that ain't you ain't gonna see, like, I used to imagine just somebody coming up in the sky, right? Come on, my people, it's time to let my people go, you know. But that's not realistic. That's not gonna happen for real, you know. Ain't nobody about to be tooting the horn right up in the sky. And then if somebody was tooting the horn, I would always think, man, if they tooting the horn, I don't want to be having sex. Or they tooting the horn, I don't want to be, you know, so busy in the studio or something, or in the club or something, and I don't even hear the trumpet. Like, these stories that we learn, you know, there's people swerving, and what are y'all doing, dude? Everybody trying to get to work. I was gonna leave earlier this time, but it was raining so hard. Now everybody's rushing to get to work. I just got to get out of Atlanta. Once I get out of Atlanta, I'll be cool. It's gonna be smooth sailing. So anywho, people always ask, why do I drive? Why do I want to drive? Because I get time to think. I get time to just see the beautiful creation that God made. He made me in his image. So I want to see all of the marvelous, wonderful things that he's done, so that I can expand my mind on what I can do, because I am made in the image of my creator. You know? So I like to experience other stuff. But anywho, back to that woman at the gas station. I know that was a long time ago. But the woman at the gas station, she was just like, you know, in her truck, and she was just kind of sitting there. And whenever a person would stare at me, I'd just be like, like, I give them a smile. And it's like, I know it'd be goofy, but it always makes them smile. And it's probably a really goofy smile, but it makes them smile. People always think, like, people will always meet me and be like, you so mean. Ooh, you mean. What's wrong? Why you mad? Why you look like that? And I'm like, why do I look like this? I can't help how I look, you know? But then I pay attention to where I come from and the people in my family and their facial expressions. And body language is more powerful than the words that you speak. So if a person is making all of these faces, but they're saying a different thing than what their face is saying, then that's confusing, especially to a child that is trying to learn the difference between what is right and what is wrong, what is aggressive and what is, not, because then it can get misconstrued all the way to like my senses and stuff be off. When I was a kid, like I realized like sometimes my reactions are not appropriate, because when I was raised, I was taught to not show emotion. And a lot of black people are taught to not show emotion. You got to be hard. You got to be strong. It don't matter. Don't matter health issue. Don't matter money issue. Don't matter somebody die. It don't matter. You got to put on your face and go and do what it do. Make the money and succeed. Get good grades. Succeed. That's what and regardless of anything that's happening, you can't cry. Ain't no crying. What you crying for? What you crying for? I know y'all heard that. What you crying for? Or I give you something to cry about. Or you got to fight back. You got to be strong. Nothing. We can't talk. You don't talk about anything that happens in the household. So then, when a person does speak about what they feel and what they think and express, then they're seen as different or wrong, spilling the beans, or telling the secrets. And each individual is allowed to grow and learn and express, And so hopefully, I just read this article that said that, people after the age of 40, the brain does something different where it doesn't learn the same way. The brain cells. And it comes down to your diet, and it comes down, like, this is neuroscience. It comes down to your diet, it comes down to your exercise, and it comes down to your healthy living habits, And so, that may seem like, okay, well, duh, but think about what you eat, whether it's alive or dead, whether it has been, chemicals been used in the process of it, whether it has how many sugars. And sugar, it don't just say sugar. They got all these different words for artificial flavors and sugars. Now, I didn't like really start caring so much about this until I couldn't digest food. It affects my whole entire body. And so that's kind of probably why I look like this too, because I've been going in. It was Thanksgiving. Y'all know I had to eat. That's why I'm trying to rush home so I can cleanse my body. Because it ain't going to be pretty. Just being real. Now, y'all know a lot of y'all probably backed up and stuffed all up. And y'all just feeling like, I just don't really feel too good.
There's a 24-minute slowdown in 1.5 miles. You are still on the fastest route.
Okay. So, yeah, like even kids, like the more and more I talk to people with kids, they be like my godfather, he was like, he asked me, when we were together, he was going to cook, and, he seen how I was eating. He's like, you're eating like a bird. And, then I kind of explained to him a bit. He said, wow, my daughters don't eat either. A lot of the kids, my mom, she keeps, she's had like a in-home daycare for, a long time, at least 10, 12, maybe 10, 12 years. But every time I just kind of look at how the children are learning and how they're thinking and how they're different. Each generation, it's like they're different, and we're supposed to be better. That's why they say the children are our future. But we have to remember that we have to continue to elevate the child. It ain't just like when they're just a baby or until they graduate from high school, or even until they, honestly, when that puberty hits, usually that personality, that kid know what they want to do. They are who they are usually by then. And it's so crazy because in other countries they don't shelter kids and stuff like that until they like how we do it. We have to prepare these people like and on both ends. People in poverty or low income and people that have money. Because if we don't educate the children, if we don't educate each other, not even just the children, because even adults have to continue to get educated. I remember when I started my job, when I first moved here in Georgia, and it was like a nice corporate job. I was making good money. Like I was like feeling like I was doing something, my first real, professional. No, it wasn't my first real professional. I had a professional job before, but I was doing private events at a social club, because I've always been into entertainment, communication, and socializing. And that's what I went to school for, so that I could, build on that. But when I seen that wasn't really making me much money, I ended up, just getting a regular job. And then I seen, because one company bought out the other company, so then they combined, and then it was like, okay, so I seen how that happens. These are major companies. So it's a whole lot that happens inside. So me, I'll be watching and taking note. Everything that happens to you, take note, because it is preparing you. It's giving you the experience that you could use in the next level in life. As we elevate, everything can be used. But like I said, that article this morning, it said with the neuroscience and the brain, but it said as you exercise, even if you exercise at an older age, that it will regenerate. You hear what I'm saying? Regenerate new brain cells. How about that? That means that we got to exercise, and we got to be more intentional and mindful of what we're putting in our bodies. I could tell whenever I eat, because I'm so strict on my diet, because I don't like being sick. I don't like that. I don't like that. And the more that we eat, then our people is coming up with diabetes and colon cancers. Now it's esophageal cancers and reflux. I'm starting to meet more and more people that are having reflux. I've had terrible reflux since I was a kid, and that's another reason why I didn't like eating. And so when your kids is saying, I don't like this, or I don't want to eat this, or it feels like I'm about to get sick, don't make them keep eating that. They might be allergic to it, or they might be having a bad reaction to a pesticide or something like that in there. Like I've known people that have had children that have just died because they done gave them some medicine or some food, and then they don't even know what happened to the kid, or even grown-ups. Like that's what happened to me a couple years ago. The whole thing why I've been trying to figure this all out, because this wasn't happening to me before, and then all of a sudden it just started happening. I'm like, nah, it's one of these pills y'all got me on. Yeah. I seen something else crazy too. I did a clip of it and everything. Like, I don't really watching TV much, but whenever I be putting on the TV and I be seeing these commercials, a commercial about a lawsuit, of course, a major lawsuit. Why do we got to have attorneys and keep having these lawsuits against these businesses that is just killing people? Like, and it keeps happening. Like, that make me think that any business that I even do business with, that I purchase from, especially something that I'm putting in or on my body, or even in my home. Because nowadays they be like, oh, if you were living in this area, you were breathing this air, then, we got this major lawsuit because there was a company polluting the air. And they'd be like, how could I have avoided that? Why didn't y'all protect us from that? Anybody can go start a business and sell anything. And kill people. You can just kill people. It's the integrity of the person and the company and stuff, So, I didn't even consider the morning traffic leaving Atlanta. What the heck was I thinking? I was just thinking, I gotta go. Gotta go right now. I wish I could just go and then be there. Like teleport. Y'all remember teleporting? Teleport. When they come up with this stuff, let me turn off my job. When they come up with this stuff and be putting it in the shows and the movies, y'all know it come from somewhere. So I'll be like trying to tap into myself. Tap in. Tap, tap, tap into that. Tap, tap, tap into that. Let me tap into this. We more powerful, man. Let me tap into that. Be still and know that I am God. Just trust and know that I am God. I'm in control. I am still God. Whoa. Oh. See, I stopped. Another reason why I didn't even sing is because it hurts. I have pain here, I have pain here, and here. And it hurt. It ain't supposed to hurt when you sing. And if I talk too much, it hurts. And that has happened for a long time. Like, I just dealt with it. And I was just like, something wrong. They couldn't figure out, what was it until now. But the thing is that when I have sugar, that makes it worse. And I keep talking to other people, and they be like, that happened to me too. That happened to me too. You mean they giving us stuff? Sugar is a drug. Sugar is a drug, and they put it in everything, and we be addicted to it. Even me. I know that it makes it hard for me to breathe. I know sugar make it hard for me to breathe. I know that it be making, my throat hurt. And two, because when you sing, like singers know, you have to protect your voice. This is your instrument, and everybody knows, we got muscles and everything in here, but it's like those chords, the vocal cords, is just like strings or the piano keys, And so you can't be having mucus and everything clogged up in there, or muscles and nerves that are expanded. And when you eat that sugar, if you got diabetes or some type of, deficiency where you can't really break down artificial stuff or sugars, which is mostly everybody because it's artificial. It says it right there in the name. It's artificial. It's fake. Why am I putting something fake in my body? Because it tastes good. Because it tastes good. I got donuts too. Okay. But I know. So why? When we know better, why are we not doing better? Come on, Tay. You got to be real with yourself. And you got to practice what you preach. Come on. Because we got to lead by example. You can't just be like, okay, yeah, and this is what you got, But at the same time, like I said, as I'm talking to me, I'm talking to you. And as I'm talking to you, I'm talking to me. I'm talking to me. I'm talking to me. But when I share, okay. If you receive, I'm talking to you. You could comment on anything at any given moment. Message me, call me. Believe it or not, people do. Message me, text me, and call me when something is touching to them, because, that's how it's supposed to be, and I love it. But anywho. It's funny how the tables turn, and now it's you coming back to me. You didn't want to spend no quality time. You didn't think I would ever leave. You got way too comfortable, and then you say you want me in your life. And I'm sleeping in my new place tonight. So don't you come knocking. No, don't come knocking at my door. So when something bothers, if something is bothering like several different parts of you and it's in your system, it's systemic or systematic. Y'all know how every word that you say, you can say it in one way or another. You can say it in one way or another for a reason. And a lot of times when I be talking, I be like, doop, boop, boop, boom, 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 boom with my thoughts, right? But here it is. That's how the spirit be moving through me. Because it be nuggets or little pennies. a penny. What did I say? A penny for your thought. A penny for your thought. I don't understand that though, because they say a penny for your thought, but then they say something. A penny. Oh, or is it a penny for your thought? And then, because you want to know. You want to know the thought. I know. It's so funny. What's one? You know how people just be saying stuff, and like different sayings? I got two things. I'm going to tell y'all a story about these sayings. But it just went back, and that's going to remind me back to what I saw on TV on that commercial about that major lawsuit. So, about the sayings, this one time I used to work at, when I was in Nevada and Vegas, I worked at Red Robin, right? So, it was fun too. But I was at this table, and it was like a big table, and you know, it was just kind of, no, it wasn't even a big, I think it was like 3 of them or something. And, you know, I was being me, you know, I just be making jokes and cracking, I don't know, random stuff. I know I'll be corny, but sometimes I'll be funny, you know, and I don't purposely do it. I just, you know, it makes me comfortable because my reactions be kind of different. Oh, I got to go tell y'all about that one too. But hold on, we getting into the 20s. Okay, that's because we're in traffic. So, he said something like, and he was kind of joking. I was like, yeah, don't pull my hair about it. And I kind of just walked off. And I'm just like, they laughed. And it's like, don't pull my hair about it, you know, huh? Like, but it was like, what are you even saying? Like, what? Don't pull your hair. But I was really trying to say, are you pulling my leg about it? You know, like, because he was joking, you know, like, because in different places, people got different sayings. So I was just like I was young, and I was just trying to like, you know, but it still was funny. It still was funny, and I still got a good tip, you know. But that commercial that they played said that people had a major lawsuit for hair straightening. If you use hair straightening flat irons, there's a major lawsuit because people was getting cancer. How the hell you getting cancer from using the flat irons? So y'all done made black people. Y'all literally made black people feel like they had to straighten their hair in order to live in society. We had naturally curly hair. We was fine with our nappy hair. We was fine with our afros. But y'all made us not be so uncomfortable. And it was a standard. You got to straighten your hair. You got to wear these clothes. We wasn't dressing like that before. Our hair wasn't like that. So, and I love flat irons, man. I love wearing my hair straight. I do. So I'm like, what? Of course that was alarming to me because I've been flat ironing my hair for the majority of my life. I like my hair straight more than it curly because it's so much heavier when it's curly. I love my natural curl patterns. But it's more, you know, but that's just crazy that they keep doing stuff like that to us. Putting stuff in the water. I literally can't drink just regular water or even like purified. Like I can only drink spring water. Like, why is that? Like literally my body is rejecting it. I'll be throwing it up. And that was how I realized, because we're mostly water. So when we need water to survive. So if they putting stuff in the water and the water's contaminated and they bottling it up and selling it to us, and we wonder why we be feeling bad and stuff. We got contamination in us. That's why. Back when we used to have our own land and have our own spring water, we can have our own water. We got our own plants. We planting our own stuff. We know the source, where the source is coming from, because God is blessing our hands in those fields to make it for our generations. But they done enslaved us and made us feel like, what? I don't want no plantation. I don't want no land, because your mind is so set in the mind frame of slavery. No, that's work. That's work. And you get money for working. You know, or you do work so that you can survive, you know, depending on what type of work. But what type of work are you doing? Work so that you can create food and, you know, opportunity for your kids or your future generations, or you making money just so that you can pay these bills working for this man, and so to better his business and just so you can just get by. That's how I look at it. But, you know, I don't look at it how younger people look at it, you know, because every time it's like things are changed. As things change, they change the stuff in the school systems too, what they learning, you know, and that matters. All of that matters. All of that matters. But that's crazy about them flat irons, man. How you get cancer from using the flat irons? That's what they were saying about the makeup and stuff. And stuff in the makeup. If you got makeup on and they got makeup, remember, it'd be like, sometimes I like to use it because it sticks on, but sometimes it stick on so much, it's like, well, hold on. And what is in it? Why is it still trying to stick to my skin? Because whatever you put on your skin, it goes into your pores, and then it goes into, you know. Whew. And then people like be thinking it's weird to go all natural or, you know, do vegetarian or vegan. I think I'm really gonna try vegan. I really have to, but I need a comfortable. I'm gonna try. I'll try. I just don't. Anyway. But I think it was one more thing that I wanted to say before I close this thing out. And I can't remember. I'm sure it'll come back to me. That woman at the gas station, though, when I smiled, she kind of was just, you know, looking at me, and she just kept looking. So then, you know, I was like, whenever I do that, it just, they be like, but I know how, and especially like black people, I do it to anybody, but especially with black people, sometimes it takes them a minute. Like any other person, they smile instantly, and then a lot of times they'll even speak. Like white people, they will even speak, you know, or even like somebody else. Like I get people speaking Spanish to me all the time, just flat out, and I'm like, and then but it's still some type of communication, because they be like, oh yeah, whatever they say, you know, and I be like, oh yeah, okay, it's all right, you know. But the smile and the energy, so it's like we still have an encounter, you know, even without having the same language. That's why body language is major. But with black people, it'd be like, you know, they kind of be looking like, and they'd be mad because we was taught, you know, not to really show any type of emotion. That's what I went back to. She ended up smiling though back at me, and I was like, all right, let me pull off my energy. Let me pull off some energy. Nothing but good. Nothing but smiles. Nothing but kindness. Nothing but love. And you know what? I'm setting the tone wherever I go. I'm not trying to get pulled into nothing. I'm trying to get pulled into nothing but some greatness. We shifting. It's a season of shifting perception. Lay down and relax, honey. They trying to, Maya trying to get in. She trying to get in. Sunny always in the background. Maya trying to get in. Yeah, we got to think about our bodies, think about our, you know, what we're putting into it, how we're exercising and moving and regenerating good cells. You know, that's life or death. You know, that's life or death. That's being old or young, you know, because that's a mentality, that's a mental state. So yeah, I encourage everybody to move and just, you know, try new things that are healthy, and, you know, do research on that and stuff. And, you know, I'll share more as I got more. And, you know, in that household, I'm gonna share that one in a minute, because I feel like this is getting real long. So I'm gonna talk about the mentality and how the black people, you know, that I'm angry, I can't express it, you know. Stay tuned.